And welcome back to High Stakes MMA breakdown for here UFC 264, McGregor versus Poirier. Kicking off this fight card, we got Alen Amedovski taking on Yaozong. For Alen, coming in 8-2. He's 33 years old, 74-inch reach, standing 5'10". On the flip side for Yaozong, he is out of China, 26 years old. 72-inch reach, 6'3" standing. So he's got a bit of a height advantage here. For he began his UFC career undefeated as a heavyweight, and then he lost by submission. Then he dropped down to light heavyweight in his second UFC fight, lost a decision to Rashad Collier, and that was back in China. And now he's dropping down to middleweight for his third fight in the UFC, which is probably going to be his last fight if he loses this one. And this is coming on 2.5 years, almost 3-year layoff. So it's definitely easy to say his career, UFC career, is on the line here, standing at 3-2. But for Amedovski, where he had 2 first-round knockouts under the Bellator banner that got his call to the UFC. Then he fell short against one of the division's elites in Jotko. And then whenever he lost to John Phillips in just 14 seconds into the first round, which that is very, that's not a good look. And Alen does go for the gusto though. I will say that about him. All 8 of his wins are by knockout. We got one guy in Yaozong who lost his first 2 fights and hasn't fought in almost 3 years. Then on the other side with Amedovski, he's lost his last 2 fights and haven't fought in almost 2 years. So basically anything can happen here. One guy got the size, but I'm gonna go with the man that's going for the finish. And I do think Amedovski is gonna be able to pull it off. But for Yaozong, he has now switched camps up. He's at Tiger Muay Thai, so maybe that did him some favors. And we can see what a big camp like that's done for him. But I just think Alen's going to come out swinging, and I think he's going to get the finish. They have the line set for Alen at -145, and for Yaozong at +115. So not too big, but I do like Alen for the win.
Yeah, just looking at this very briefly because I really didn't do any studies on this. It's kind of just too low level for me, to be honest. I couldn't get excited to break this down pretty much. So. Yeah, looking at Yaozong, he was a very green prospect coming in the UFC and looked like he bit off more than he could chew, and got finished by one guy and lost and dropped a decision in his hometown to another, and that's kind of rough when you're trying to build your name and whatnot. No experience that much. I mean, he only has 5 fights total. On the flip side for Alen, he does have a lot of finishes. He's 8-2. He is the older fighter. I guess the only thing that we can say for is that he is, he was really young when he had those fights in the UFC, and a lot of time and room to improve. So I don't know if he made those improvements over at Tiger Muay Thai. But I think we're gonna see another out for the China fighters here. And like I said, I didn't do too much studies on this one, but I'm gonna have to roll with Amedovski on this one as well.
All right, so looks like we're both on Amedovski on this one, taking the victory.